It's me and Mr. Odom. Throwback Thursday episode. Hater debate. Man, y'all get ready. Cue that intro.
Three-pointer. Bang! It's good. Wins the game at the buzzer.
What is good, everybody? How y'all doing out there? Hope y'all having a happy Thursday. Our Thursday is so happy. We're gonna make this a throwback Thursday. What should we do? We should do NBA or we should do NFL?
NBA.
NBA? Okay, let's do it. Let's do this. All right. So I know, but these people out here don't know that you're a Knicks fan, a loyal Knicks fan. Let's go with from 99 on back, your top 5 New York Knicks starters. Your starting 5 from New York Knicks from 95. Let's go from 95 on down. Well, no, we can go from 99 on down.
Okay, so I'm gonna go Mark Jackson at the point. Allen Houston at the 2. Larry Johnson at the 3. Charles Oakley at the 4. And Patrick Ewing.
I like that lineup. You know me, the Lakers, man. I'm going to go from 95 back. I'm going to run with Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones, Kobe, Magic Johnson, and Shaq.
I mean, you can't beat that.
I'd have to do it like that because I can't leave Magic off. And you know me, I wear number 9 because of Nick Van Exel, man.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely can't leave him out of it. But, yeah, I think that lineup is a pretty elite lineup. You on yours, you said Larry Johnson. I did not hear you say my boy, Mark Jackson. I didn't hear you say Greg.
Mark Jackson was the first one I said.
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, he's the point.
Damn right. And he definitely is.
And then I said Allen Houston.
Yeah. That's
Larry
one.
Johnson.
That's probably the best shooting guard that y'all had.
Mm-hmm. Larry Johnson, Charles Oakley, and then Patrick Ewing.
I'm not mad at that. I would if I had him, I'd get Larry Johnson's behind out of here and get Camby in there. He let us down, but he did do okay. I can't lie, but
Got his ass wrecked out there by Tim Duncan.
come on, man. Who didn't? Who didn't?
We needed him desperately then.
Huh?
We needed him desperately that year they played the Spurs. Just wasn't enough.
Right.
That's why he'll forever be a no-go for me. Let us down again.
That's true. I can't be mad. I can't hate. But it's debatable though. I think that one. What was that? That was that series.
Mm-hmm.
I think from that series is debatable that the rest of his career there was a lot better than Larry Johnson's. I only remember, what did Larry Johnson do out there besides shoot a lot of threes or jumpers and stuff?
He still was better than Camby though. Camby didn't do much.
I'm trying to think of how, because Camby was still a good defender. He wasn't elite, but he was a good defender, and he was a solid big.
Got his ass out of there fast.
Yeah, that's the truth, man. I can't lie. I'm not arguing with that. Definitely
He
did.
ain't good.
What was
2 years after that?
Huh?
Think he made it 2 years after that finals?
It was a Reynolds. Was he even in the league after that?
I think he ended up in Toronto.
They would have shipped his ass to the G League if they had it back then.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't have been mad at it either.
They would have gave him a 10-day contract. Let him play
Then
two ways.
they're 2-2 in towers. The Knicks versus the damn Spurs. And Patrick Ewing did his thing against Dave Robinson and vice versa. There was no answer between that.
I mean, he was different then, and what was so frustrating guarding him is the man beat you with the basics. How you let
That's what
somebody
I was
come
saying.
and basically beat you?
That's what I was saying about Marcus Camby. Like, nigga, he is doing the same shit.
But that's what everybody fell victim to with
He's
Tim
getting his
Duncan.
ass wrecked.
Tim Duncan is a 5-time champion behind those basic moves. Don't you forget it.
Big fundamental.
Yeah, that's right. And you know who gave him that name, man.
I mean, but there's nothing you can do about it. He's fundamentally sound.
Right. And my debate on my lineup is I got to have Shaq because he's the most dominant. But Kareem is the one player in the NBA that had his own patent shot that was only blocked by one of the greatest athletes in the world, Wilt Chamberlain. I think they said he blocked it like 2 or 3 times. That was it. Otherwise,
Because
that
there's a
it was
70 feet
draws.
tall, too.
You said what?
He was 70 feet tall, too.
Shit, mythic. That dude was mythic, man. His beard, everything about this dude, the way he carried himself. When you see Wilt Chamberlain coming, you better go the other way, or there's going to be a lot of rectangles coming. Imagine all of the players that weren't black in those days that saw him was just in the poster like this. Like, speaking of him, I saw a post the other day where they was talking about it's a lot of Babe Ruth footage. How the hell did they not have the footage of that 100-point game?
Right.
How? I don't believe that. They scrapped that. They scrapped that. They wanted the league to be theirs. This man had to take a picture of him writing it down. They didn't even have a picture of the scoreboard. That's crazy. That's crazy. How you get erased from the NBA books and videography from it, and you did what nobody will ever do.
He could have got 100 that time he played Toronto. He could have got it.
He could have, because he and then the whole thing that was so crazy about that, they were down 20 that whole game. That's like weeks before, well, I say 2 months before, that's what they said. He was in that Dallas game where he outscored the whole Dallas team in 3 quarters. He had, I think, 62 points, and the Dallas team had 61.
64.
Yeah, and they had 61. And then he sat down that 4th quarter. They was like, man, why you sitting down? He was like, nah, I'll get him another time. He was right. He was right. This man went on a crazy 40-point spree. Let's do a what if. What if Patrick Ewing didn't miss that infamous layup? That was the hardest thing in the world for me, because you remember, my Lakers sucked in that time. So I was a Knick or I was a Portland Trail Blazer, because you know Clyde was my boy back then. But that's crazy. That would have changed the history books.
Yeah. Like, motherfucker, you laid it up for what?
I remember watching a documentary when he said it. He thought it would be different, or I think ball protection, but the way he jumped, he caught a flat tire, so he couldn't get the full extension or whatever. But he said, I saw it go, dude. And oh my goodness. Bro, I don't think that. And then I watched that series with my Uncle Andrew, and I was like, man, they gonna win. He's like, yeah, okay. Unc knew something I didn't know. Well, I'll never live that down, man. What do you think would have been the difference in his career and in that team at that time if he would have made that?
He at least had one.
Right,
That'll put him in. I mean, he's in the Hall of Fame, but that'll put him at the other table.
right. With the elites.
Yeah, that'll put him at the other table.
I agree with that.
'Cause he got one out of the deal, and that would have taken New York out of that damn 74.
Uh-oh, I lost you.
They're saying it's unstable.
You good?
Yeah. It was just saying your connection was unstable for a second.
Oh, okay. I'm definitely tomorrow. I'm supposed to be bringing Breeze up that way or taking him home or whatever. But I know
Okay.
Candace will be in town, so I'll
Okay.
either I'm gonna bring you these other headphones for you, or I'm gonna bring you
Okay.
the headphone connector, so you can plug it into your phone and then plug any kind of headphones into it with a plug to them.
Okay.
But I'll have that, and I got let me see, I got your camera stand right here.
Okay, bet.
So like right now it's like set so it'll be on the side, but you can always lean it, you know what I mean, to stand it up straight. But it's a
Okay.
nice little Timu hooked us up, you know what I mean? Timu
Yeah,
hooked us up.
Timu.
Hell yeah, man. But shit, if I had a what if, my what if would be, what if Shaq,
Had a stage.
not if he had stayed, but if he stayed in shape.
Oh shit.
Detroit
5,
wouldn't
6,
have Detroit wouldn't
7.
have beat those guys, man.
Oh no.
That would have been a four-peat. The only reason they didn't get swept is because that work that Kobe put in the offseason and he willed them boys to that one game. To that one game. But Ben Wallace and Sheed, they was giving Shaq everything. And it wasn't because they was bigger. Wasn't because they was faster. It's
Just
because
ready to go.
Shaq was as sloppy as I've seen him when he was there. That's
Yeah,
when the
that time.
decline had came, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He got it back when he played with Wade. Then after he left,
was pissed off.
right, and then after he left Miami, the decline just went even more. And baby, come on now. Okay, but we both seen Shaq go down from that when when he left Miami. It was like, okay, I got another ring. I'm doing my thing. I'm just, man. You remember Shaq in Orlando size, man? Playing that Reebok commercial, diving for the rebounds, throwing it out of bounds before he slid all the way out. That was the Shaq I missed. Like the nasty that can hit you with the. Remember how he faked Jordan out that All-Star game with the shimmy? Come on, man. Shaq was unstoppable then.
Shaq could bring the ball up court too.
Right, and run full speed. Run like a deer out there, man.
At 300 and some change.
For real. And if you get in that way, if you want to, you can try it. Greg Ostertag did. Antoine Carr did.
See what happened there.
You know who in all those muscles, he did not try that. He said, you know what?
Dave Robinson tried it too.
Yeah, he got his ass tangled all the way up.
He got his ass put in the stands a couple times.
Nobody got tangled up worse than old boy, was Chris, it wasn't Mims, that was the older guy when Shaq dunked on him and pulled him in
Chris
between
Dudley.
and then pushed him. No, that wasn't Duds, man. That was Chris Dudley.
It was Chris Dudley.
And pushed him down after it was like,
That was when he was on the Knicks.
he sure was. He threw the ball.
I know.
He threw the ball with a couple of FUs at him.
Come on, fuck you.
Yeah.
No, Chris.
He was like, "Now you ain't gonna disrespect me like this. My mom's in them out here."
But what happened was Shaq was getting back to some shit he did to him a few games before that.
Oh yeah.
Because he put Shaq ass in the stands off a layup or some shit. You can look it up.
Right. You know I got to. You know I
Yeah,
take your
Shaq-
word for
Shaq
it, but I
get his
definitely
ass
got to
back.
see it. Cause he definitely
Shaq
got his
get
ass back. He definitely
Get his
did.
ass back.
Yeah, he definitely did that, man. I'm mad at them.
Ooh,
Yeah, get off of me. Get off of me. You know what I mean? I'm right now in the greatest number 9. The greatest Kelly, I need you to calm down. The greatest number 9 was Nick Van Exel. Now it's worn by LeBron James Jr. and I do not like it at all. You don't get to wear my Laker number. My favorite number. Every game where you made me as a player, you knew that was my number 9. Now I got to watch my number get portrayed. He had 12 points in 24 minutes the other day, so I'm not real
Yeah,
critical on him on that.
he looked a lot better than he had been.
He really did, and I was happy to see that, and I hope it's more to come with it.
Yeah.
I hope that wasn't just a little lucky type thing. I looked at the plays and stuff.
So the throwback Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm thinking is this: does Tim Duncan have a legitimate argument for the GOAT?
I can't say no, he doesn't, but I can say he falls short of it. He can be the greatest. He could be the greatest power forward ever.
Yeah,
I can say that.
Let me be his lawyer right quick.
Uh-huh.
They say Kobe is in the conversation for the GOAT, which is viable. Tim Duncan also has the same amount of championships as Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
He's been on defense his entire career.
Not the entire career.
Except the last year, maybe two. And he's also been on the winningest team in American sports history.
Mm-hmm.
There's been no other basketball team that has won more. There's been no team, period, in America that has more wins, a winning percentage than the San Antonio Spurs at like 74 or 76% of their games they won.
Well, you got to negate that because he wasn't there for that whole 74%.
I'm talking about since he got there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Since he got there, they won 76% of their games.
Okay. Okay, respectable.
He has the numbers. So I mean, if I don't understand why he isn't in the GOAT conversation. Of course, he's the best power forward to ever do it.
Because when you're talking about GOATs, it's more than your win percentage when you got there, your team wins percentage when you got there, because Jordan's team when he got there was freaking trash. Not only did he change his team, he changed the NBA. When you wear the face of the NBA, like your team's not even playing, but they're showing your commercial at the break. You're the face of the league. Like now, it's Steph, it's LeBron. They're shared. When it was Kobe, there was no sharing.
I think Tim gets shorted because he wasn't fancy or fly. He didn't bring in a lot of fanfare. This motherfucker just bought W's.
And that's what will keep you out of the conversation of GOAT, because the conversation is about what they like to see, right? It's like a lot of people that watch baseball don't watch basketball because it's two different speeds. We can't watch or play baseball because it's too much standing around. It's too much standing around. You know what I mean? Peep out the back. Go ahead to the laundromat. Go ahead to the laundromat.
I'm swinging at everything. I ain't gonna lie. Wherever you throw this around this motherfucker, I'm swinging at it.
But
They be like, don't swing.
when you was on Kobe's level, right? When you say why he couldn't be over him, Kobe got snubbed 3 times in the MVP candidate when his numbers was clearly over Dirk Nowitzki, 2 times by Nash, on a team that was completely trash. Most valuable player doesn't mean most cooperative teammate. It means if you're not on that court, you all ain't winning nothing. And
see, also Tim Duncan got more MVPs than Shaq and Kobe put together.
He does. He has what, 5? Yes.
4 or 5.
Yeah, but remember, like I said, Kobe has 2. He was snubbed for 3, where his numbers in 3 different statistical categories were better than Dirk's, than Nash. Yeah, I do. That's what I said. So with that, that's why. I mean, when you get cheated out of the year that he had 81 was one of the first years he got it when he led the league averaging 35 the year before and lost it to Dirk who averaged 29. He wasn't a rebounder like that, wasn't big on assists. Come on, man. He had more rebounds than Kobe, but he lost in the assist category and steals. So when you're two categories down and your points is below, come on, man. We'll give it to you. We'll give it to you. But I'd say it's it all depends on Tim Duncan being in the GOAT conversation. It's his numbers. He should be there. But shouldn't Wilt? Shouldn't Kareem? Shouldn't Bill Russell?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why they shouldn't.
But that's why he's not there, because if he's there,
but you-
he's who he.
Also, like I said, I think, like I said, the winning percentage should put him in.
That alone won't get you an MVP. You hear me? That won't get you an MVP because look at the team. Look at the team he played with. Then
Shit, before he got Tony Parker, and they were still winning like that.
look at the team that he had then. I'm not talking about just the Tony Parker. They wasn't never sorry when he got there, and Pop wasn't playing. Don't do that. They was not trash. Bruce Bowen and them boys. Come on, man. Steven Jackson and them boys. Come on. The boy had a lit squad around him. And he did his thing.
That's respect for you. I mean, you can't be mad at Pop for having
Plug him back up.
going around being his best player.
I'm not judging that for that, but this is what I'm saying from that. If you look at Wilt's team, if you look at Kareem's team when he was with the Bucks and all of those guys, these guys will get put on the GOAT before him and their whole numbers. You know what I'm saying? But if they're not in it, how could he go past them and go over the other guys? But like you know what I mean? I still think that he should be there because his championships, if that's what we're using, you know, because a lot of the times that's what they use for Jordan. 6 for 6, led the league, but he did it in ways nobody else did it that got those.
Right.
You can say the Pippen and everything with it. I mean, come on, man. Kobe and them team was the last one to beat teams that they had players from the 75 and the 50 as greatest players.
Agreed.
Everybody says that the Boston Celtics was made to beat Miami. No, it was made to beat Kobe. It was made definitely to beat Kobe. They could get out of there. LeBron was younger. The team he had wasn't nothing. They were good role players, solid players you can count on and whatnot, but they weren't ready and he wasn't old enough, so he couldn't do it. Boston with, huh?
Good.
Yeah, Boston with Cybertron and all of those guys, they was coming up, but they was due. And the Boston Celtics, with all of that money that they had and all of this championship pedigree that they've been about, they went ahead and put that together because it didn't matter if you, well, this is the picture that I'm looking at. There was no doubt in their mind that they could beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. There was a doubt because the Western Conference at that time was lit.
Okay, I'll give you that. All right, so look. Since we're doing throwback, the last thing we're going to do is give me your top 5 players. Starting lineup
Daddy.
from 99 to
It's raining right now. Wait a
85
minute.
or 84.
Starting 5?
That didn't get a championship.
Okay. Let me see. Centers, I'm gonna go with Patrick Ewing. Power forward, I'm gonna go with Charles Barkley. Small forward, I'm gonna go with Clyde Drexler. Shooting guard, I'm gonna go with my boy John Starks. I'm gonna go with my boy. You know, I was happy when he dunked on Jordan and all of that stuff. He tried to pull his hand back and stuff. No, you was in the picture. You're in it. And point guards that didn't do it, I'm gonna have to go with my boy Muggsy. It's matter of fact, it's a tie. It's a tie. It's Muggsy or Tim Hardaway.
Well, okay, then I'm doing point guard. I'm gonna do John Stockton.
Dope.
Shooting guard. I'm gonna do Reggie Miller.
All the way. How the wrist go? Make them wrist touch on them threes.
The small forward. I'm gonna do Meek.
The human highlight.
Mm-hmm. I'll do Charles Barkley as well at the 4. And I definitely gotta go with you at the 5.
Got to go with him, man. He needed that. He kept that box always, man.
Mm-hmm.
I was mad that I don't know where I was in life where I didn't know when he went to Orlando. I thought he retired.
Yo, me either.
That's crazy, dude. You remember that
I
era?
went to Seattle too.
Right. Where were we in this time? I thought he was a Knick through and through. And I'm not questioning his credentials or anything because I know he would have stayed. But, you know, the league is a business. But I didn't know they traded him. I was like, yo, wait a minute. That nigga's in Orlando. Hold up.
He was outside.
Right. That's crazy. That's crazy because, okay, who was your favorite dunker from the 90s?
Either Sean Kemp or Dominique Wilkins.
I was just about to say, man, you got to give it to the Rain Man. The Rain Man. Shit, Kerry Kittles used to get up too now.
Boom on your damn ass too. Yeah. Stromile Swift too.
Yeah, man, I don't know why the last couple days I was thinking about that name, Stromile Swift. That do the windmill on you out of nowhere.
I mean that shit.
Dog, you remember when Sean Kemp damn near cocked it to East Georgia on Antoine Carr? Oh my goodness, man, those are some great games, man.
I remember he gave Chris Gatlin one pointer to his head.
Why didn't nobody ever tell Alonzo Mourning or Greg Ostertag you do not have to be in every picture?
Yes, they did.
Nobody told them that. They was in every single one.
But see, that was how the centers did it back then.
For real, hey, you gonna have to get me.
Yep, you had to come see me. That's what Pat Ewing has been on.
That man came in the league with knee braces and left with him. He had them joints on in Georgetown, man. That's when he had the little tape with the little mini fro back then, with the little part in it.
For real.
A young, wealthy Patrick.
You on tonight, man.
Oh man, I definitely appreciate you too. Oh, no problem, man. You tell sis I say y'all take care. Y'all have a good time watching y'all shows this evening, man. You know, as usual, it's always great and a pleasure to have you on. We're gonna do it again soon, brother.
Absolutely. One love, man.
One love, brother.
Pulls up, three-pointer. Bang! Bang! It's good. Wins the game at the buzzer.